In the quaint London town of Finsbury, nestled among the quaint hazel trees, we find a quaint little house. Inside this quaint house is the quaintest of families in all of London town, the family Levee. As quaint a family you have never seen. Why, here is the patron of the house, Mr. Levee, returning home after a hard day's work.
There's nothing I like more than returning home from a hard day's work to a lovely, quaint house, of which I am certain no ill doings have been done whilst I was away.
And here is Mrs. Levee, also returning after a hard day's work.
Ah, home at last. My dear husband, here we are, standing on the front doorstep to our quaint little home. Inside these doors reside our wonderfully quaint little children, being dutifully watched over by our lovely, if not a whit uptight nanny, Ingrid.
Ah, Ingrid. Her straight-laced demeanor and tough-love ways are certain to touch our children's hearts and minds, and mold them into the quaint adults they are destined to be.
All we have to do to confirm these thoughts is merely open this door and see the bright shining looks on everyone's face, and then hugs all round.
I don't know about all this, hugging business. Perhaps a firm handshake.
Yes, we wouldn't want the children getting the wrong idea.
And so, with placid smiles on their faces, Mr. and Mrs. Levee opened their quaint door into their quaint house. But inside, things were not so quaint.
Well, what's all this, then?
Clothes on the floor, a fire in the kitchen, a shaved dog covered in frosting.
Preposterous! Frosting is for cakes, not dogs. We don't even have a dog. Whose dog is this?
Perhaps our dear nanny Ingrid can explain this kerfuffle? Why, here she comes, walking towards us as we speak.
You are correct. That is her. A good day, Ingrid.
And good night!
Good night? Why, it's barely even 4 p.m. I wouldn't deign to call that night.
And with that, Ingrid left the quaint little house, slammed the quaint front door, and made her way angrily down the quaint streets of Finsbury.
Early evening at best.
Do you think this was the children's doing?
Hopefully, or else I'll have to go down and chase Ingrid, and that would require me changing into my chasing shoes.
An awful lot of work. Let's just ask the children. Oh, children!
At their mother's beck and call, 2 children made their way down the quaint stairs.
Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Father.
Good evening indeed. Children, this house is disheveled, to say the least.
Are you two responsible for this mess? Boy child?
Was not I, Mother? Was girl child what did it?
Mother, he lies. Boy child was just as responsible.
Now, here, this is the 3rd nanny we've lost since Christmas.
Whatever are we going to do with you children? As 2 working adults, we need a nanny to care for you during the day and teach you lessons about life, preferably through song.
We're quite sorry, Mother.
We'll be good for the next nanny.
Well, you had better, because if you scare away one more caretaker, you're going to hell.
Hull,
right. To live with your Aunt Gertrude.
And Aunt Gertrude is far from quaint.
Not Auntie Gertrude.
We will be good, we promise.
Very well. On the morrow we will find a new nanny. Now, time for bed, children.
Make certain to put the kitchen fire out before you brush your teeth.
Yes,
Mother.
And so, with the fire quaintly extinguished and saving as much of the frosting before it got disgusting, the children readied themselves for bed.
Boy child?
Yes, girl child.
What do you think our new nanny will be like?
I'm certain we both have our wishes.
Shall we sing about it?
I'd rather not.
All right then. Good night.
Good night.
The children were quick to fall asleep in their quaint little beds. Night came and went, and timed perfectly with the sunrise peeking over the horizon, there was a knock on the door.
A knock on the door? Whoever could that be?
It must be the new nanny for our children. Quickly, let us make to the front door with haste.
Mr. and Mrs. Levee made their way down their quaint stairs, through their quaint, slightly burned kitchen, and to their quaint front door.
And now, the reveal of our new nanny.
I am neither excited nor disinterested.
Now to open the door.
Greetings and hello.
Those mean the same thing, but whatever. You guys the Levi's?
Levee, actually.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Hi. I'm Penny Perkins. I'm the new nanny.
Penny, wonderful to meet you. May I take your parasol?
It's an umbrella. The nanny agency told me I needed one. I don't know why. It hasn't rained in days.
Parasols are actually used to protect you from the sun, not the rain.
So you use umbrellas.
Parasols?
Parasols. On nice days? And then, what? Just get all wet when it rains? That seems backwards.
No,
England is so weird.
Quite. Here, let me call the children. Oh, children!
No sooner had their mother called for them, the children hurried down the quaint stairs to meet their new nanny.
Children, this is your new nanny, Penny Perkins. Say hello.
Hello.
Oh, you meant the kids.
Now, children, your mother and I are heading off to work. Remember what we said about hell?
Hull.
Right. Be on your best behavior for Miss Perkins.
We will, Father.
We will, Father.
We adore you both, but being of upper middle class, that is the level of affection we are allowed to give. Toodles.
And with that, Mr. and Mrs. Levee made their way to work, leaving Penny and the children in their quaint little house.
So, you are kids.
That we are, Miss Perkins.
Cool.
Apologies if this offends, but you aren't from London, are you?
Me? No. I'm a transfer from Ohio. Ohio, America.
An American. How quaint.
Is that good?
I think it's lovely.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm in charge of you kids until your parents get home. I heard you two like to cause trouble, so I'm gonna ask you not to do that when I'm here. Cool?
Oh, we promise, Miss Perkins.
And so, we will go and sit in our rooms in silence until Mother and Father return from work.
Oh, legit? That would be awesome. Question before you go. What is the Wi-Fi password?
It's on the refrigerator.
It may be a bit burnt from yesterday.
We were a bit naughty.
I'm sure I'll figure it out. Thanks, kids.
And so the children went to their rooms, whilst Penny figured out the Wi-Fi password, and lounged in the quaint living room watching their not-so-quaint large-screen television, and aimlessly swiping on a nondescript dating app.
No. Yes. No. Yes. Super yes. No. God, British people are just as plain-looking as Americans. Game of Thrones tricked me again.
When suddenly, the phone in her hand began to vibrate.
Shit, the agency. Hello?
Miss Penny Perkins,
Speaking?
tell me, how has your first day nannying been?
Oh, super great. The kids are angels.
Really now? Do tell.
For sure. We just had a wonderful session of me teaching them how to read a slightly burnt Wi-Fi password.
Is that so? Are you certain they're not just locked up in their room, waiting in silence for their parents to come home? And do not slouch, it is improper.
Whoa. How did you...
We are nannies, Miss Perkins. We have powers normal people would never understand.
Right. That makes sense.
When we chose you to come to England to study our ways, you made a promise to help instill lessons and morals into any child you're watching over, preferably through song. Not sit around waiting to see if they finally got off that island.
Is that a reference to Gilligan or Lost?
I beg your pardon?
Because they don't get off in either show.
You are neglecting...
I mean, I guess Lost technically did, but the whole part was probably just symbolism for being stuck in purgatory, so...
I don't watch television, and it was the only reference I could think of, so come off it!
So, you...
Ms. Perkins, upstairs right now are two young, amenable children wishing for someone to guide them. Imagine what they are going through right now.
Meanwhile, in their quaint little bedroom, the children discuss the new nanny.
So, how are we getting rid of this one?
You heard what Father said, girl child. One more runaway nanny and we're off to hell.
Hull. I'm certain Father will forget all this, living with Auntie Gertrude business shortly hereafter. We will just have to wait a bit longer for the thought to pass, and then we may continue our trademarked mischief and shenaniganry.
Oh, how wonderfully perfect. Let us use this time to plan our most elaborate hijink yet.
Very good, boy child. We will be well behaved and attentive in her presence, but when we are alone, the scheming shall commence.
She will not see it coming.
They never do.
Back in the quaint living room,
Poor darlings.
Who?
The children, Ms. Perkins.
Right. I'll get to it. I just wanted to get them used to me occupying the same space without interacting one-on-one, you know? Like when you get a new cat. So I figure in like an hour, I'll go up there and then at least let me finish this episode. It's the one where he has to steal the captain's watch before...
Penelope Marie Perkins.
Oh shit, full name.
You will make your way up to that bedroom, speak to those children, and teach them something.
Preferably through song.
You're damn right.
All right. I'm on my way.
Spit spot.
What the hell does that even
Now.
mean? Fine.
and so Penny made her way up the quaint staircase and knocked on the quaint little bedroom door.
Hey kids! You in there?
Oh, pooh, it's her.
I will get it. You put away the schematics.
I concur.
With a quaint little noise, the quaint bedroom door slowly and quaintly opened.
Yes, Miss Perkins?
Sorry, were we being too loud?
No, not at all. I just thought you kids might want to learn something.
Like what?
I don't know. What do you not know?
How would we know what we don't know if we don't know it?
Whoa. Sorry. My brain's gotta catch up. Okay. I understand.
What about maths?
Maths? Sounds more like you need an English lesson, which I am also terrible at. So, next.
We have gotten in trouble recently for playing with fire in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
That's it?
Right. Shit. Song.
You swore!
Curse words are a lesson for another day. Today we're dealing with fire safety. All right, here we go.
And with a wave of her hand, the children's bedroom was transformed into a cartoon kitchen.
Whoa!
What in the world?
Why, our quaint bedroom has turned into a cartoonish kitchen.
How can this be?
It's the powers of a nanny. Don't worry, nothing here is real. It's just for a lesson. Shall we?
Girl child, none of our previous nannies could do all this.
It's fine. It will still be just another boring lesson. No need to fret.
When you see a kitchen you want to burn, and there is a lesson that you should learn, if you find yourself with flames, or you'll burn, burn, burn.
Is it just me, or is this cartoonish kitchen getting hotter?
Holy Mother of God!
If a box of matches can make you yearn for a burning building, then be concerned. Who wants premature cremation? Just avoid the conflagration. Remember to never play games with the flames, or you'll burn, burn, burn.
Just remember, none of this is real.
But if it's not, then how come I can feel the heat rising all around me and see all the appliances melting and the smoke so thick that my lungs are heavy?
So once more I'll say before we adjourn, if you don't want to end up inside an urn, it's true that fire's super cool, but save that shit for boarding school. Just wait till you're grown to play games with the flames, or you'll burn, burn, burn. See? It was all fake. Back safe in your bedroom. Did you two learn your lesson about playing with fire?
It was so real. I could feel my arm hair singeing.
Also, I know this is not the time, but that was a quite impressive use of the word conflagration.
Indeed.
I guess that just shows to go you that fire is not a toy.
And with that, the quaint little front door swung open, and Mr. and Mrs. Levee returned to their quaint little house.
Oh, children!
We're home.
Penny Perkins made her way down the quaint staircase, with the quaint, pale, mortified children staggering slowly behind.
Well, Miss Perkins, it seems the house is in order, and you seem in good spirits.
I take it the children were on their best behavior.
Oh, they were great. Super nice kids. Even got to teach them a little something about the dangers of playing with fire.
Through song?
Hells yeah, through song!
Well, you are a bit unorthodox, but perhaps this quaint little house could use a bit of unorthodox.
I'm not actually religious.
Oh, how charming. What do you say, children? Should Miss Perkins stay on as your new nanny?
Well...
Keeping in mind my threat of Aunt Gertrude still stands.
She is wonderful, Father. Terrific. Aces. The tops.
What on earth do you mean? Do you remember what just happened? We have to get rid of her.
And we will. But if we chase her away too soon, it's off to hell.
Very well done today, Miss Perkins.
Thanks.
And it's a good thing we are clearly distracted by this separate conversation with you, or else we might just hear the rambling of our children's murmuring to each other right next to us.
I'm sure they're speaking about childish things like lollipops, tinker toys, and horsey rides.
With the biggest knife we can find.
It will be arduous, but we shall prevail.
As we always do.
We've got to shake it off and be better prepared for tomorrow.
You're right. And after today's events, at least we know what we're in for.
They had no idea what they were in for. And so from that day forward, Penny Perkins became the live-in nanny for the Levee family, took a room in their quaint little house, and entered into a new life of laughter, lessons, love, and quite possibly years of expensive therapy. And so we leave our quaint little home in Finsbury. Until tomorrow.